guys. We'll be going in just a minute here. AR, why don't you say a couple things so we can make sure they can hear you?
Last episode, guys.
And
For
Dev,
now,
oh, they can definitely
For
hear that.
now.
you'll be back.
The funny
Down
part is
here.
this is the. I'll say it when the show starts. Because I think this is the funniest time for you to leave, to be honest.
Well, yeah. Tell me, explain why when the show starts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll make sure they can hear all three of us. And all three of us coughing and gagging and muting ourselves.
It's gonna be a heck of a great. This is gonna be one for the scrapbook, guys.
Yes, this is just us the entire.
That's not really any different for Dev though.
Nah, I'm usually being infected by everything around me.
Sip of water here.
I'm literally just sorting Pokemon.
I heard that cat. I heard that cat.
You heard my cat?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Pretty sure they can hear both of you guys.
That's
you guys ready
impressive.
to go?
Kutsume's like 3 yards away. I'm impressed you could hear that.
I'm impressed the mic picked it
We're
up, to
very
be honest.
tuned to cat.
Okay, you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Welcome to the With the Will podcast. We're here to entertain, inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark. I run With the Will and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm AR Pulver, and my favorite Chin Pokemon is Shu.
I'm DevQ, and I have no response for that.
It was a long 2023, wasn't it?
We got
Relive,
through it.
bitch.
Yeah. And now, new year, last episode for AR for now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm sure I'll come back for some reasons.
Oh,
How dare you have other responsibilities?
I honestly think this is the funniest year for you to leave, because it feels like if there's any year that may throw the wrench into your plans to go, I think it's time for me to move on. It's an anniversary year that may actually matter. We don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it'll matter in some capacity, but it's a question of whether it'll matter week to week or whether they will just throw one big thing at us. And if there's one big thing at us, I can just show up for that one big thing.
I know what my preference is. It would be the one big thing.
I don't know.
Well,
I think there
because
does,
I mean in the sense of I don't want to just wake up one morning and then being like, oh, in 2 months there's gonna be a new weekly show.
Right.
That's tiring and stressful. It's.
I mean, in that capacity, if I don't have a podcast to be on every week or every 2 weeks, I can just enjoy it at my own pace, like a fan. How about that?
You say that like that's the way fans enjoy things.
I mean, I can maybe do a.
The fan
I'll probably watch me still keep the Tumblr alive.
The fan method of enjoying things is grabbing it as soon as possible and then snarling about it on social media.
I only snarl critically.
And then to make a YouTube video about it complaining, but also suggesting that people subscribe to this VPN.
I have resisted the urge to do YouTube reviews. I suppose I should get my drinks out here.
Yeah. Tell the people what you have, AR, because this is this is fun.
We were in Minnesota over the weekend, and we stopped by an Asian mall, and I did find those Digimon canned drinks, the sparkling beverages, and the milk tea. So I've got a Tailmon strawberry milk tea and a Gabumon blueberry sparkling water. So
it's blueberry, because they just kept calling it Ocean Breeze and stuff.
They're all called Ocean Bomb, actually. It's like Ocean Bomb is the brand name, and like there were 5 of them. Yeah, there's like 5 of them there that are all called Ocean Bomb that have different flavors. There was a banana Ocean Bomb.
Huh.
It's kind of confusing.
Oh, I don't see. I thought it was Kravi strawberry milk tea on the one, and then Kravi Ocean Bomb on the other. They all say Ocean Bomb?
I don't see no, the tea doesn't. The tea just has Kravi.
I thought Ocean
water
Bomb.
just says Ocean Bomb.
I thought that was the flavor.
I don't think so, no. Because it says Ocean Bomb and then blueberry flavor.
Could it be that Ocean Bomb is blueberry flavor? They put blueberry there because no one will know what the flavor means.
Oh, because I saw the Ocean Bomb on the other ones, so
That's confusing.
it might be. But anyway, which one should I bomb first or should I Krabby first?
I feel like Ocean Bomb before we start too deeply, because that's the one that feels like more of a mystery, even if it's blueberry flavored. Because blueberry, you can either get blueberry flavor or blueberry candy flavor.
Right. Also, the fact is, I don't like either sparkling water or tea, so this could be fun.
Oh yeah, that's come up before. Okay, so yeah, I would say
Yeah, sparkling water kind of tastes like death. It's like,
So-
oh, this
yeah.
tastes
So
like
are you doing the
I mean, look, it's sparkling water. If it tastes like anything, you're ahead.
Are you doing the first one now, or are you just prepping which one you're gonna get later?
Oh, I'm gonna open the sparkling. The
Okay, Ocean Bomb.
here,
Ocean
so.
Bomb it is.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Okay.
Oh yeah. Chug, chug, chug.
Yeah. Oh, I'm putting it in a mug here. I didn't actually remember to chill these, so.
Oh, that's gonna be even worse, especially the milk tea.
Oh no, I'm not putting that in. That'll drink, but.
No, I meant not being chilled.
Oh my god, I hope. Actually, I drink milk tea like lukewarm, just because my teeth hate me, and I actually kind of prefer it that way.
Now, before we start, we need to wait to hear his thoughts on Ocean Bomb.
I do get a wisp of blueberry. There's an essence of blueberry in there.
So the flavor is that it's sparkling water that sat next to a blueberry.
It's heard legends of blueberries in the past and is attempting to retell their children.
Okay, so it's at least not like a cloying, really strong fake blueberry. At least that's a positive.
Yeah, it's fine.
How was the New Year's for everyone before we start?
It's fine. It's good.
When was our last?
Okay, good.
The Packers won. I'm fine.
And then, hey, it's Seekers, and I had very different reactions to these segments.
Yeah, these are two
very. Like
4-2 was not good. It is just exposition. Then at the end, they try to make it more pleasant, and they never really explain Eiji and Lugumon getting a new level. At least that I recall. It's just sort of they just decide they can feel it.
Like, yeah, let's do the thing.
Yeah,
it's like it's time for that.
This is literally battle explanation. Mm-hmm. I like the ending moment. That's good. The rest of it, it's nothing. I don't even want to say empty calories, because at least with empty calories, you get like a flavor you like.
I mean, it's Digimon banging into each other.
Yes, but without the visual and with
It's the it's the novel equivalent of a 2020 episode.
It's less interesting than that, frankly.
I mean, the 2020 ones were fun to watch, sort of.
And then 4-3. 4-3 I actually liked.
4-3 covered. It kind of summarized a lot of things and got some things across.
I have no opinions because I can barely remember it.
The main issue, I actually like this one where it starts off with the Solugumon and Eiji, and then swaps to Kosuke and Yulin. But it has the issue of it wants us to be very excited about a perfect showing up.
Yeah,
while there are two megas battling above in a bigger battle, to the point that the story goes, even the megas had to stop and look down at the amazing evolution. It's like, no, it's like you should have done this before you had that fight, because then it can be really cool. And even the story's like, yes, we know this isn't amazing, so we're going to go back and talk to these two.
Yeah, let's okay. No, Eiji did his thing. Let's get back to the important characters.
Yes.
It was all very obligatory, but I'm glad it happened because it needed to happen, but it also felt we're covering ground that.
You know what needed to happen? They needed to do it before the megas / ultimate, whatever level you want to call them, showed up. You need to have them somewhere else, because it's very much, even the story has to comment on it multiple times. When you have two of the best well-known crazy dragon things fighting above. And then it's like, and here's where Garurumon with a sword.
Yeah, it's because once Yulin finds out about this and gets really angry and raises it up a notch, there's nowhere for her to raise it to because her Digimon is already at ultimate.
Yeah.
So it's like she's already gotten there. If they were two perfects bouncing on each other, then they have this conversation, and then Yulin gets really pissed off, and then they both go up higher and escalate the battle a little bit. There's nothing to escalate, is the
Yeah,
problem.
it's already there.
It's already peaked.
Yeah.
So how do you?
I will say I really like having the art at the beginning to show off the evolution. I thought that actually
Yes.
worked.
Yeah.
Because they like to save the nice art sometimes. And I think having it just right when you load up the page worked really well. But yeah, so we're in the climax of Seekers, and we'll see. See, it's weird. Like 4-2, absolutely a terrible segment. 4-3, I really enjoyed for even with its issues. And any given time, I don't know what I'm gonna get, which is annoying.
Yeah, I'm almost a little bit the opposite, only because 4-2 we do get some semblances of action that we have needed for a while, and it is all really empty, but at least it's like doing stuff and bouncing some things around. And 4-3 again just felt a little on the nose for me.
I can tell
But
you
no,
don't. I can
4-3
tell you
is
don't. I
far
can tell
more
you don't
important.
like 4-3. You're leaving. You read 4-3 and you went, yeah, I'm done here.
I honestly don't remember
Only
too much of the
podcast.
reaction for it. I read it on the ride home, so
Yeah. Let's see, and then it got a nice little half chunk in V Jump, and I like how you can tell they're hitting the end when they do like the relationship chart block. And the funny part is there is no functional difference from what we were shown early on for this. Because there has been no like twist of moving people. The only thing there is Leon is not dead. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
there has not been any, oh, this person was really undercover, or this person's morals has swapped their position. Everyone is exactly where they were on day one, to the point that if you just remove the DMIA thing from Leon, even his is accurate to him not being in any of those groups.
Well, some of them have names now. I guess that's progress.
True.
Woohoo.
It is nice that it actually got a decent chunk, though. Do you remember it was a month or two ago when it got like the tiniest sliver, and we're just like, poor Seekers.
That was all it deserved.
It got like here it at least gets half a page, so that's at least nice. And then moving on from Seekers, hey, everyone had their Christmas, and it was fine. I just don't have, because it was a few weeks ago at this point, various holidays.
I barely
My
remember.
brain is just
No,
fried.
and that's what I
I barely
mean. Like,
remember Christmas happening.
and then we got the end of the year 2023 image. I love when they do these, and it's
It's
Galoos,
so cute.
Ukomon, and High Commandramon, which is funny that they use High Commandramon because everyone was very excited from the promo poster. Then once he started showing up in cards and other stuff, no one cared.
I mean, he didn't even matter that much in the episode. Like,
No,
we got through that entire summary. High Commandramon showed up and
no, and that's
didn't
what I
even
mean. Like,
mention it.
because in the promo poster, it's like, oh, it's some weird police Metal Greymon, and there's gonna be some neat stuff. And it's just like it's just Metal Greymon with a shield, and it's just normal Greymon with a
Yeah,
shield and a gun, and he kind of looks ugly.
he's slightly more robotic, which doesn't matter that much when you're talking about Metal Greymon.
And Ukomon's just happy to be there.
Gomon's he's carrying all of it.
And Galoos gets more of a personality than he did in the show.
Oh yeah, Ghost Game. That was the thing in 2023, wasn't it?
It feels like it was so long ago, doesn't it?
Does.
Same.
Yeah, and then
that happened last year. Well, technically 2 years ago now.
And then New Year's thread, we got art from Digimon Web. I love the dragon art. Imperial Dramon and Examon just like hanging on, Quinglongmon floating through the bottom. I just like the art there. We got Digimon card game put up an image of Dracomon. Cybered put up the detective art in nice high resolution.
Yeah, I was glad to see that in high
Yeah.
res. It's about time.
Volcano Oda drew Majiramon partying.
Of
Oh,
course.
I like how he's dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he could dance.
Every time I do one of these, someone gets mad at something I forget to mention. It's like, do you know how many articles I have to scroll through to figure out what to mention? There's things that I forgot until I was looking at something else like, oh, that exists.
Every card needs to be included in the recap.
I'm pretty sure if you remove the cards, half the articles would be gone and it would have been much easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also for the January DigiGift wallpaper, it's Takato in New Year's garb with a drawing of Gilmon.
Yay.
It's adorable.
I really wish they fixed the quality issue with the art. I would really like them to fix the calendar portion.
I wish they'd give us an option without the dates on it and just have
To be fair,
just have Jan 2024 and the 1 and just get rid of the
this one you can get rid of that very easily.
Oh yeah, this one absolutely you could. And I tried.
Mean, great Takato art.
My phone resolution doesn't even get all the numbers on it.
I will say I love the little Gilmon drawing in there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's really a good one.
This just has me excited for more calendar art.
And then it's the 19th anniversary of X Evolution.
Okay.
Do we have
Yay,
any?
Doraemon.
Yeah, it's weird because you think of X Evolution like, oh, this stuff is actually much more relevant now, ignoring X Evolution entirely at the moment. We get.
The X antibodies have something big, a lot more to stand on now than just this movie and the stuff that was surrounding, like the Chronicle stuff that was around it. Like it's got more going on with it.
But I mean, like he's a pseudo important character in Seekers at the moment, Doraemon specifically.
I guess
he runs the SOC.
Funny part is nothing in the movie looks as nice as this poster. Like the better rendering of everything just looks so much better here.
I mean, some of the wireframing at the bottom isn't great, so.
Oh yeah, good. The on purpose bad wireframing that doesn't even look like real wireframing.
They put the wireframing in there to make you realize what the movie actually looks like.
Yes. The 19th anniversary. I will say I always like looking at this poster because it always looks neat, and then
you remember what the movie was.
Yeah. And then you get tons of messages from people talking about how great the movie is, and you just go, I don't think you watched I think you need to watch some other stuff. I think this is the Boss Baby effect where people don't watch enough and they're like, Boss Baby's the greatest thing of all time. And it's like,
no. Like I give it credit for some of the things it tried, but it's like it just looks like
fine.
Ass and yeah.
Yeah. And then they announced Digimon Con 2024. No specific date, but we also got a Digimon 25th anniversary animation logo. And
Woohoo.
I really like the reaction to this logo for a key reason. People went, oh, that means it's going to focus more on other stuff and not adventure. And
what?
And the funny part is they blew past the point, which is more that to a degree, it's adventure and friends is what the anime functionally is.
Yeah, at this point.
At this point, it's basically they don't need to say adventure because saying the animation means more, and that's even what the 25 is color-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I love the little Botomon.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so they basically went that the anniversary stuff will start with Digimon Con, so February again seems probably reasonable there. And we'll see what pops up.
It'll be a very busy month for me.
Yeah. Then the Digimon collector's Blu-ray set for Tamers is out in a few days. We got to preview the packaging. The same we got for Adventure 02, just red here.
It's red.
Yep.
I don't dislike it, but does fall again into the, it feels a bit too minimal, even for me, and I like minimal stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate this.
And then, don't you love that we get so many surveys a year, but randomly people decide one survey is really important and they have to post about it nonstop over and over and over?
Kill them.
A Digimon game survey questionnaire for Digimon Con 2024, basically like, what game is your favorite? What did you find memorable? General comments. And some of them they'll read. And then for some reason, people got overly excited by this because, like, oh, this is our chance to tell them what we want. It's like they do 15 of these a year.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bless them, let's all flash back to when they did the questions 2 years ago, and it was literally just list of games people wanted, and Habu just sat there going, no, no, no,
No.
no.
Oh God, yes, that was fantastic.
And,
Habu flop sweat.
but also like we tried to pitch this as like, I can understand why they said no to, let's remake the Wonder Swan games that if you go and act, like people think that, and like Jeff
have they played the Wonder
So
Swan
Jeff from
games?
Podigious has brought this up before, is especially years ago, if you talk to fans and if you read like the background about Ryo being forced into Tamers because the games were quote unquote popular, you think they're like these huge million sellers, like everyone must have had them, and they didn't actually sell that well. They were just good for the Wonder Swan.
Yeah.
Like the numbers were not all that crazy. Like it's basically just they did really well for the Wonder Swan, and they're like, all in on the Wonder Swan because we can't do anything for the Game Boy in Japan. And yeah. So the survey is open for about another 5 days. If you have a question, if you send in a question, at least make it a good one. Don't be like, can you remake this game?
The answer is yes, but we
I
won't.
don't think any of us need another 30 minutes of that.
Yeah, this is why we're not remaking Digimon World.
And then got a bunch more of the 50-second analyze. We got Armadamon, Ankylomon, Patamon, Angemon, Shakuamon, Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, Fighter Mode, and Big Ukomon. I really wish they just called him Ukomon and just left it at that for people to figure out. I like that. I like
that it wasn't like it was just sort of a different mode and not a like an evolution. Or
yeah.
They try to get a little specific on defining and labeling.
Yeah.
Big Ukomon, and it's like, nah, I like it just the idea of it just being Ukomon.
Same. Here's the thing. These still are like the poor man's Digimon 02 analyzers where like they kind of want it to sound like Hirata. I still like that they're doing them. I really wish they would do them in English, except every time I think that, my brain then goes, they're going to use that same promo reader they use for English stuff that cannot... Welcome to the Digimon card game.
Oh God.
Where that voice that keeps popping up in promos where it just does not work.
Well, you think Terry Bradshaw's unavailable?
Terry Bradshaw got a lot wrong, but you could hear him trying. Every narration with the same narrator, at no point is there ever an attempt by anyone to fix it.
I'm telling you, Terry Bradshaw, I wish Terry Bradshaw got an Emmy for that, just so Terry Bradshaw gets an Emmy for his work with Digimon and Jeff Nimoy gets an Emmy for his work with the NFL. Yes. That just seems poetic.
And then talking about cards. So let's start with where we left off with the Card Game 2024 project. We got a teaser that showed us a few fleeting images, and it's like, we will get data before the end of the year. And then on December 22nd, they're like, tomorrow. And the instant that this happened, people went nuts going, oh, it's going to be a game client, it's going to be an anime. The instant they did this and said it was tomorrow, I went, it's going to be something possibly neat, but it's going to be very small. They're not announcing, they're not like going, we're announcing
it's
this
right before Christmas. No.
Yeah, like if they said we're doing a live stream on the 29th, and it's gonna have guests and stuff. I'd be like, okay, that could be an anime. When it's we're having an announcement tomorrow, and also the YouTube links do show a standby thumbnail, and I see that it's the card game crew. I go, this is not going to be whatever large thing people want.
Yeah.
So let's go over what is. One, we'd already figured out it was going to be Liberator because they did not blur that very well. So first, before we go off,
honestly, I'm not sure. Like, it's still kind of blurred in the actual image.
Well, first, I've said this in multiple places, but can we talk about how if you look at the logo and look at the word card, the R and the D look like they're from different fonts?
Yes, and I fucking hate it. I cannot unsee it after you sent that to me.
I don't know if I'd call it different fonts. It's just a terrible font. I think it is one terrible font, not multiple fonts.
Okay, so let's go over exactly what this is. This is a webcomic that begins in spring 2024. I will go ahead and guess it's a week or two after Seekers ends. I think that's the safe.
That makes sense. Yeah,
that's safe.
Some content on the site. Yeah.
So the main thing, we'll go over all of it, but the main thing we see is our human character, green outfit. He has the flocked red hair with a normal brown haircut, holding a card, and we get the new green bird Digimon type thing standing there with like a Frasier pose. like he very
he
much
is
like
better than you.
Yes, he very much does not want to be here. He has to go kill Bart. And we know this is card game.
I need him stepping on a rake now.
And now we need to point out the most important thing about this pro image. We know it has to do with the Digimon card game because one, they have him holding a card.
He's holding a card.
And two, they have to do the same shitty thing that Marvel and Saban did later on, where they can't just call it Digimon Liberator. The logo has to say Digimon card game in it also.
That's just to make sure that if you're not interested in the card game, don't read this.
So in the promo, we get to see slices showing us various humans and Digimon. Most of the humans we get to see very little of because they clearly want to show us later. The Digimon are an interesting lineup, though.
There once was an old lady who lived in a shoe.
Yes, everyone's fallen in love with Shu, and people still seem to be debating if Green Guy is a bird or a dragon or a mishmash.
It's the missing link between the evolution between dinosaurs and birds.
Now, let's talk about some of the other Digimon we see. One, a lot of people are very happy that we see Vemmon/Benmon. He's gotten a big increase in the last few years of showing up and shit. Ghostmon, great. Omekamon, anyone who matters is happy to see him. I saw some people complaining they don't matter.
Yeah.
Then
who hates Omekamon? Come on.
Now we get to see the new guy in the top left who's pink and blue, and it feels like some type of clown thing.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about the worst choice, because I don't want to have to deal with this fucking name for a year. Son Arizamon, Son Lizamon, whatever the fuck his name is at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is him, right? It looks like him to me.
Yeah, maybe.
And then, but yeah, some good choices there.
Zoom out, it's just a variant of Greymon.
One issue I have is if you look at the kids, okay, so we got not Taichi and main girl. Then we have glasses girl, blonde girl, cool guy, silver hair, evilly guy, and other evilly guy. This feels very much like they're building the mock adventure crew again.
I mean, if it sells, it sells.
I don't give them enough credit to do that.
I should note, I didn't notice this until I said this. There's 8 of them.
I mean, I think this is gonna be. This feels like tournament arc in like each of the opponents along the way.
That would work better for a webcomic story. So
It would, but like tournament arcs are kind of boring by default. You have to make those interesting.
Yeah. So next update will be this month at some point. I think we could safely say that's not going to be the big thing that makes AR go, oh, I have to rush back for an episode.
Oh God, no.
I'm trying to think like what could come out of Liberator that's so weird that you would actually jump back to it, and nothing is where I've landed.
No,
On.
there is nothing that could come out of this that makes me like want to be interested. I might check out a chapter if it's accessible,
well,
but
there's two twists here. First, they do not actually mention it being on Digimon Web. They make no specific mention of format or anything. I almost wonder if they would do something like a page or two a day.
Oh no. I mean, it is a webcomic.
Oh God,
so
what if wait, do you remember those old little Digimon mini Dracomon comics where it's like, here's a page and here's a page and they're all very tiny and you cannot read the text and this is it, go fuck yourself.
But yeah, we'll see what they do. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what comes up. I'm not. See, in my brain, for some reason, I always have such hope for these weird projects. Like, I would love nothing more than for us to, in the January update, for them to reveal, oh, that's why they didn't tell us the name of if there was a grand prize winner or not for the comic contest. That's whoever's doing this.
Given the quality of some of those, it's kind of disappointing that they'd be just working on something that looks as vanilla as this.
Well, here's the thing. I need to wait to see comic art. Because this is all very much profile and card style artwork, which are very different things, even if it's the same artist.
I just don't see the story potential being all that interesting. Like, the art might be fantastic.
I will wait, because story can be such a weird thing. You could have the main point of it being, oh, this is card game marketing, and you could actually have a cool story. Now, I think we all agree, though, the important thing is you have to get Oda back to do a new version of Slash. That's all I need out of this to smile for at least a little bit.
Just I don't think it's going to take too much prodding, but
no, it's not, because I'm pretty sure he's done it like 3 or 4 different events, and then all the little concert things he's done. But yes,
if this ends up kind of sagging and people aren't really picking up on it, I could very much see like just a random Rio cameo in it just to get people's
I'd rather
attention.
Not. Now, something interesting that they pointed out while announcing it. Producer Murata, when he was on Card Battle and Match last year, he was talking about how he was putting together a proposal for something for the card game, and it might be a while before he could talk about it again. And they showed a little clip, and he confirms this is actually what he was talking about last March. So it's neat that yeah, so a neat little thing to point out. And man, he had a lot more hair back then. Working on this card game must be stressful. And I don't mean like he's lost a lot of hair as a joke. I mean, if I pull up the image, look at that hair difference.
I mean, working on any CCG must
be
stressful.
I mean, like, this is significant. He's aged like 15 years in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's aged significantly. Look at oh my god, he's even wearing the same shirt and coat. So you can really tell how much he's aged. Look what you've done to him, card game fans. He really I'm not even making it. Let me link to the chat so they can see. But yeah, I'm not kidding. He looks like he's aged 10 or 15 years. His hair's completely different and missing at the front. Look at what the card game fans have done to him.
They've destroyed this man.
Yeah. So we also got, when the website updated, we got some art updates for the site. So we get some more images of main guy, main girl, green Digimon, and Shu.
Yay, Shu.
Shu.
We got the blank card on templates. Again, featuring Shu.
The templates are fun. I kind of like those.
Oh no, those are nice. I will say, it feels if you look at the art, not the Tamer one, the other ones, you can tell the Liberator promotional content where Shu, both of them are in both cards. We're like, oh, they have to hang out together because they're from the same thing, and also there's Agumon, and also a bunch more Shus.
Ooh.
So we'll have more of this probably in the next few weeks, and it'll be so exciting. AR will have to come back, and he will just show up and go, "Yeah, it's not good," and then he's gonna leave in 5 seconds.
Just abandon us once again.
So
I'll just drop now. That's just gonna drop in the YouTube chat and drop a comment. Yeah. Just say it stinks and bounce.
And then after Liberator, we got preview of that fancy gold Digizoid mode card. The photo really shows that card off better than the preview does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, it's that nice gold rainbow foil. It just looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Then the Ghost
Even
Rare.
then, it's really hard to show how good they look in person.
I have to be honest, and multiple people who've posted on social media like, "Oh, look at my card collection," and they just show the 3 Ghost Rares. My first thought is, wow, you have more money than sense. Because you're not getting those opening packs. That is the only time. That is one of those rare times when I think we'll all sit there and go, you really should think of a better use for your money. We don't often do that. I think the last time we did, in fact, it was the Wergarurumon promo. The dim card that you had to win in V-Jump.
Oh yeah, the Shadow Howl.
And people were buying it for like $350, $400, and they kept buying it after the better one came out. That is one of the few times when we've clowned on people for spending money. Here's my opinion of the Ghost Rares. Do not buy them. If you get one from a pack, absolutely sell it to someone. Unless you're going to frame that on a wall, use that to pay down your bills. You don't need this card. Although, interestingly, there's some difference on the art, which is weird. I don't think we've seen that before on one of these. If you look around the sword, there's like a digital crystal egg type effect that is not on the original art.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm curious if that was actually on the art and they decided it just didn't look good with the scenery, or if they added something here. Then on top of that, we got clean parallel cards for all of Booster 16. The clean version of the promo poster and the printable playmat. I like it being the perfects from O2.
Mm-hmm. Shakuamon deserves it.
Shakuamon always deserves it. And we'll get into it later. People do not handle knowing what Shakuamon's ultimate is that well. We know what it is. They've never really changed it. People keep going, "Oh, why are they being so stubborn?" I literally saw someone "Why are they being so stubborn? They weren't change it from Vikemon." Why are you so stubborn that you think it needs to?
Maybe what they should do is do a swap and arbitrarily give him Policiomon, because that used to be just to be really random.
No, that's a good one. And then starter decks. 18's Guardian of the Whirlwind, 19's Dance of the Fairy Tale. I think everyone's assuming these are Bird, Dragon, and Shoe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what it feels like.
Shoe.
Because of the way these names are, they may end up with very wildly different translations. Because, for example, you could get Vortex Guardian, you could get Whirlwind Guardian, you could get Fairy Tale Dance. And a lot of people are wondering if that Whirlwind is Vortex, could that have to do with Vortex Knights? I hope not. I think I've hit the point of being tired of random lore for lore's sakes, and then people go, "Oh, I need to know more about the lore." It's like, no, you don't. Lore is there to serve characters.
Yeah, it's nice to get some storytelling behind lore. We've had a few billion lores that we need to catch up on.
I have enough lore for lore's sakes. It's sort of like if you like Cyber Sleuth, the gameplay's not great, the lore is fine. It's the characters and running around doing shit that's neat.
Yeah,
it's not
they
the lore.
Create its own lore and make a good story with it.
Yes, that's
just the lore on its own. That's the thing that Seekers is really reliant on, to try to sell you this idea that the lore is really interesting in Seekers.
No, any time we are happy with Seekers, it's when Eiji and Lugumon just do stupid shit. Or like the chapter that we
Being
all liked, which was
chaos
4
mode.
which was it 4-1, where it's just Kosuke and Eiji sitting there talking.
Yeah, characters just talking and interacting and having personalities.
Lore exposition, where it's just sitting there like, here's the lore of the digital world.
The lore can feed that, but
yeah. But
if it's
lore
just
for
there for-
lore's sake is boring as shit.
Yeah.
Especially when like you get the people going on the profiles like, well, this Digimon's profile says this. Why aren't they using that in the anime? That's not boring. That's the back of the toy shit.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I wish they had. And this is one of the most fun lore bits I think is, the Chaos Dukemon, and why can't I remember that fucker's name now? My brain like is freezing on Dragon-y name.
Megidramon?
Yes. I think the lore that they might be the same thing was great, and then they start showing it as them being the same. That takes away from the fun of that.
Yeah. It's
Like,
not a story.
Yeah, there's no story. It's just showing on the cards that, oh, it's the same one. That's neat to see once, but now that we just see it constantly, that's something that's neat to see, like AR said, if you're going to do a story. It's not fun to just go, well, it says it in the profile. I guess that means it's a thing.
Yeah. It's like, cool. That's, put it in your fanfic and I'll read the fanfic, maybe.
Yeah. Then Belphegor.
Also, I gotta open this milk tea now.
Okay, milk tea time.
Milk
Drink
tea
number
time.
2. Let's see how it is.
Yeah.
Dev, shouldn't you be saying chug?
Oh, that's not bad, actually. I like this.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this
I mean,
is,
it's kind of hard to fuck up milk tea.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
You can
just
do it.
basically,
It's kind of hard.
it's just basically like strawberry quick.
Ew.
See, AR is close enough to my age that it's very hard for me to call it by what the actual name is nowadays.
Oh god, what's it now?
Nesquik.
Oh.
Because they
No.
tried to fuse in the brand name into it.
I refuse to do that.
I was willing to do it when they just called it Nesquik, and then a year later they start calling it Nestle Nesquik. And it's like, no, that was not was not the agreement. The agreement was if you were going to fuse it, I might be willing to do that.
Yeah, no. In fact,
No, it's Nestle Quick, you bastards.
In fact, for doing so, I retracted. It tastes like strawberry milk, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is what it's supposed to. It's strawberry milk tea.
Okay.
So.
And then.
Oh, okay. It's like regular black milk tea. It's like, why the fuck does it taste like strawberry?
that would suggest a problem.
And then we have a Belphemon Sleep Mode promo card, which is a parallel card to Booster 13. This is basically just looking like the only card he actually had in the original card game is what this is based on.
I mean, anything Belphemon Sleep Mode is.
Now, I should point out, this is for one of the EX events. That's where they have theme matches. I love the theme. I looked at the theme and I'm like, this has to be a mistranslation. I'm like, no, it's not. Highlander. You can
there can be only one?
Yes. Okay, so your deck, you cannot have any number repeats. You can only have each card once. So yes.
You could have 2 Agumon cards
as long as they're different numbers. Yes.
They're different yeah.
Now, and they choose it by number. So you cannot have a parallel card that has different art but the same number. So
right.
and it also there's an asterisk to that saying even if a card specifically notes having multiples, you still can only have one. So for example, the entire point of the Eosmon card is to have as many of them as you can, and you can have up to 50 in a deck.
Oh yeah.
You can only
because usually the number's 4. I believe.
Yes. So this no matter what any card says, you can only have one. So literally, there can be only one Highlander. That is fantastic.
I would actually fucking love deck building around that.
No, and that
actually is really interesting.
So that's why I like the EX events that they start. Basically, every 2 months they change the rules for these events, and they're never the standard rule set. It is always some sort of special rule set. They've only done a few so far, but they've been neat. And this is a neat one because it's not based on color. It's based on having to be very creative with the deck and not being able to rely on trying to duplicate cards.
Right. Can't have just 4 Bloom Lordmons and...
Well,
the end of it.
because for example, the next thing was the card game V Jump. Even looking at the decks, they suggest there for like, okay, here's Magnamon deck using
Mm-hmm.
Booster 16. There's not a single card that was only there once in the recommended
Oh
deck.
no,
They
no,
give you.
that's you always you want that
Yeah.
repetition. You want
Uh,
you just want that reliability
the
and
Rapidmon deck, there is one that there's a single card of, but like even the decks they recommend almost never have one. It's always
no, it's usually like 4 or sometimes 2 of
no,
something.
and that's why I think it's fun as that is a rule because even
Absolutely.
if you do like single color decks, you might end up that way just building your deck potentially.
Yeah.
You are not going to end up with this playing a card game normally. So that's neat. I love that. Great. I hope they keep doing stuff like that. So in V Jump, they go over Booster 16. Um, they do a page going over the rare cards. They then do a half page going over some events. There's not much for us to talk about here because this came out. I love all the cards from that set, though, honestly. It just looks good. Card Battle has mostly been focused on doing Booster Set 16 matches. There's not been anything wild there. I believe the show is off this week and will be back next week with some sort of New Year's event because I can see them all holding placards that they have to write something on. So we'll see what pops up there. And then a bit more for V-Jumps, kind of the potpourri of V-Jump. They show off the Adventure Archive figures. These are back in Crane Games in Japan. Nothing wild for us to talk about because we've seen these. I want to say we've seen these both coming with the kids and separately. Like, I think this is like the third time we've seen these 4 figures.
Yeah.
They show off Dreamers to show off, oh, Dreamers is back. And I think it's this weekend when the new chapter runs, in fact, isn't it?
Yay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Then we get the Vital Bracelet half page. Does it really feel like the Vital Bracelet's kind of petering out at this point?
I don't know, my kid got one. It's kind of lame actually, honestly.
Well, remember, we always said this, and like people got mad at us for saying it. It's a toy. It's not like
Yeah, it really is.
and we never meant that in a mean way. It's a toy.
Yeah, like
It's fine
it's
as a
great.
toy, but it's
Yeah,
not like
my kid
the yeah.
thinks it's kind of fun, and like this
That's
is
what it's
like
meant. That's what it's meant to be.
yeah. I'm like I'm glad I never thought about trying to get one of these because it's just kind of
Yeah.
lame.
And then we have poll results for Digimon and the Angel Army. The winner was Angelmon, which is not a shock.
Shock.
Hell yes, Dave.
So 23%. Then
Yep.
19% was Racilmon.
Yeah, that one's a little surprising.
I believe that was a vote stack.
Oh.
Which still
I
could
just knew it
not
was a furries.
which still could not beat Angelmon.
No, I mean vote stacking's never gonna beat horny.
To be fair, Racilmon might fall under horny also. As does Darkmon at 12%.
Oh yeah, Darkmon, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even then,
yes.
like
Dominimon had a good showing at 11%, considering this is like the first
solid,
time.
Yeah.
Holy Angemon at 10, more solid. Holy Angemon was one I either expected at the top or the bottom because there's so many when you can only vote for one. Holy Angemon feels like one that might fall in the hole, basically. Slash Angemon gets 7.
Solid, honestly.
I assume entirely from people who desperately want Armadamon to evolve into him.
Oh god.
Angemon at 6, Luxmon at 5, Clavis Angemon at 4. Arkai Angemon at 2 is lower than I expected, to be honest. I figured I figured new Digimon plus Horny would get at least 5. And then I feel like this is the one.
Going by horny, you're voting for not that one.
Okay, but then at the bottom, at 1%, I feel like we all called this one being the bottom is Pidmon, which is not as good Angemon.
Yeah, it's inferior Angemon, and Angemon himself didn't even do that well.
Yeah, but realistically, I feel like the only one that's truly impressive here is Dominimon.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we have our last poll of the year, which goes into 2024. I was wondering about these because some of the ones they didn't really match up with anything, and it turned out they were doing new month ones throughout the year. The ones that we could never quite figure out why they were doing them and they just did them, it was that on top of the normal social art, they were doing one for each month.
Did they always have the digicode on those?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
And now that I'm thinking
makes
of it,
sense.
yes, it's the digicode for the month.
Yeah.
Which,
The letters are in the English digicode ones too. So which is a little extra confusing.
And my brain generally just ignores the digicode on these because I'm not going to deal with it. So I just, yeah. But yes, you're right.
I
It's
remember at one
the
point
month.
I could
When you see them all,
translate it.
when you see them all, well, the letters match up and there's some consistency in
It's
the
like, yeah.
burrs at the
Okay.
end there. Yeah, yeah.
So the votes for these are until January 10th. I'm looking at these and I'm trying to decide which I think will be number one.
It's hard to say.
I think
I think
the
the
best
XDmon
one.
and Stingmon is a pretty solid choice. That
I
one's a fun
I
tribute.
think the best one for me is probably March or August. I don't know which I think will win. I think they're all good, and the variety is so wide that it's kind of open.
March is fun. August is all right.
I like April too. See, the problem is I don't dislike any of these, to be honest.
They're all really cute and charming in their own way.
I think I like October probably the best of those. Just I think that's still probably my favorite of those. Just the tribute.
Yeah, the O2 movie tribute to Kizuna. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I keep thinking I think the bike one has a decent chance though.
I'm also really drawn to like the Robin one.
People were so excited to get to see that mode finally, even if it was just in SD art. Because remember, we never saw that mode up until this point, even though it's in the profile stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and
Same thing with like the Magnamon X Digizoid mode. It's like, oh, it's there, and it's like, oh, we forgot that existed.
Yes, that is. See, I think though, it's weird because that may not actually be a mode change, even though we talk about it like it is one. It appears it's more meant just like he turns gold, and that's it. Because like I labeled the cards Gold Digizoid mode, but it doesn't actually say that on the card. I just put it there.
January.
January or September. Because
September's all over the place.
Here's the thing. I love Crosswords. I like seeing all those characters there. I don't think the art I don't think like the celebration makes sense to most people. It's
not putting Cross Wars best foot forward. It's kind of the also rans of Cross Wars.
I'm trying to think, is there any other one that I think I functionally love them all except January and September, to be honest. Like I could see any of these doing very well. Like June's neat, May's neat. I like them. The Atmon one's a fun surprise.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I voted for the Atmon one, of course.
Yeah,
but
so we'll see what pops up.
Objectively, I would say I like October.
Yeah, so we'll probably know this within 2 or 3 weeks. I'm looking forward to seeing what they actually are, because it's neat. And then, God bless them, more Ghost Game prints.
Someone remembers it.
Hey,
and that someone is 7-Eleven.
Hey, I just want to point out that while the card only has the promo image, I actually embed every single print sample in the article. Every time.
Oh, God.
I actually put every single one there so that people can see them all if they want to.
You are a masochist.
To be fair, I figured out a way to generate the URLs so it'd go a bit quicker. Because at one point I actually was like typing the numbers and everything. I went and used a list maker to add pieces together, and then I just changed stuff.
The one of Espimon doing nothing but with just sitting on the sofa or whatever with a chips packet, that's Espimon perfect. That is the Espimon that I remember.
1 second, I missed that one. I'm scrolling.
Being a lazy ass and doing nothing.
Okay. God, the face is fucked up on that.
That's the Espimon I remember.
God, it's like he just had an edible and now he's gonna have chips. He's just staring there wide-eyed like, did you hear about this car that runs on water, man?
He looks like he's scratching himself too. That's the best part.
Yes. I will put this in the chat so that the viewers can be impressed by whatever the fuck this is.
Also get some use out of getting all the Earls for all these.
Yes.
So you can take a single one and share it with
Post
the
the chat.
world.
Yes, and it's the weirdest fucking one. But yes, it literally looks like he's inedible, and now he's contemplating if he's gonna eat chips.
Oh, he's gonna eat chips. We
Yes,
know
he
he's
will.
gonna eat chips.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything else going on.
And then we had some additional previews for that mobile game collaboration. It's weird. Like, I'm never gonna play this thing. I'm not gonna go to the effort. It does look all neat, even the stupid stuff that looks terrible.
The existence of it amuses me.
Yeah, I still think the funniest one to me is the Paimon design because it works so well, even though it doesn't quite fit like the neck thing, but it just looks like menacing in the way it should. And then like Sora's drawn like she's from K-On! Or some show like that,
right?
Like,
yeah, the Sora art is.
No, like I like the art, but it does not feel Digimon. It's like someone drew Sora from K-On's my example, but not quite that. But like it has that style to it. So yeah, that one's just weird and interesting. We also got some photos from the CD release. I got these. One day I will have time to scan stuff again. That day is not today. But yeah. So those are out. I still like how it's the digital singles, but all colored in. And then reference book updates. We get Fenrilugumon, Takemi Kazuchi, and Takutomon. For some reason, a lot of people have really decided they want this guy to be Shakuamon.
I just want Takutomon voiced by Steve Bloom's Guilmon voice. Takutomon.
Everyone is very excited that the mouse thing has an Appmon plug. You know what this guy looks like? It looks like he's going to mentor a team of Power Rangers. And then he's going to die, and the Red Ranger's going to use his corpse as armor.
I can see it.
Like, this is going to be a battleizer. And he's going to have the sword, and he's going to have the pagoda on his head. I like this guy's design, though. It's simple, but I think it works really well, to be honest. Do we have anything else to say about Takutomon?
Takutomon.
That is functionally 90% of the jokes about this character.
It is, but I like saying the voice.
Yeah. Fenrilugumon, Takemi Kazuchi. Less exciting since we already knew about him.
Because I saw a TikTok the other day of someone who trained their dog to grab a sword by its hilt and start whacking it at people.
Like actually whacking at people or like themed whacking?
I mean, it's not a real sword, but actually whacking at people.
No,
like
yeah, that's what I meant.
Mock sword fights. Yeah, like actually like getting into what appear to be sword fights. It's really cute.
Okay, good. We'll be seeing this guy within a few weeks, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Then next up, the Toei Museum put up what the Christmas decorations. One of them is, I love that they have the same costume for Agumon like in storage and they bring it out every year. I'm just always amused to see it because it like doesn't really fit.
Well, he's the bigger Agumon, so it makes sense.
Are you saying he stole it from the good Agumon?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Are you saying this is the Krampus Agumon?
He punched Taichi's Agumon in the face and took his Santa outfit.
Is that why he's running?
Yep.
Yes.
That's why he's Naruto running out of there.
And then we have questions. So you guys in chat can start throwing yours in. Close this window and down to there. Someone asked, how was your New Year's Eve weekend and what did you do?
I was in Minnesota with the in-laws. I watched a lot of sports. Both my teams turned up. I'm very happy.
I coughed a lot.
I did that too.
Sunday, I mostly relaxed. I did a little bit of work to get a bit ahead. Mostly relaxed. The day before that was visiting ill family. Let's see. Had good food on Sunday though. Family member brought a sashimi platter.
Ooh,
Over.
fun.
Yeah, so over 8 there.
We did conveyor belt sushi last year for New Year's Day. We at the Mall of America. That was a nice experience. I'd never done that before.
Yeah. Good way to get sushi, to be honest.
It
Very
really
good.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially like you can basically just go, do I want this? Yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's especially nice to see it. Because there is a difference between seeing something and seeing something in a menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
is nice.
absolutely.
Oh, this was good, and it's like I immediately have regrets.
Yeah, no, it is the best way to consume sushi, in my opinion.
No, I think the best way to consume sushi is going to a sushi restaurant that has all you can eat, and they will let you place as much of an order as you want as long as you eat it. And I just go, these are my 3 favorites. I want X of each. The end. Then someone wants to know, what do we want to see Digimon from this year? What do you? That's 2 questions. Let's do the one first. What do you want to see from Digimon this year? All the stuff.
I want all the stuff. Give us a new anime in some form,
And
movie,
give us a
show,
new anime.
do
Give
something.
me anime, give me toys.
Yeah, announce a movie, announce a game,
Yeah.
do toys, re-release some old toys. I love when they do that.
I will say this is the first time in a long while that I actually do want more just straight up adventure stuff. I've always been on the give us a new series bandwagon for so long, and now I'm just like after the beginning, I'm just like, no, I want more from adventure.
I want more of the O2 kids doing wacky shenanigans.
Oh, I want more of anybody doing wacky shenanigans. I don't even care if you can give me the Seekers cast doing wacky shenanigans. Just give me wacky.
Great, even if they had those little like 5-minute like web shorts or something like that. That would be
Those
fun.
were so fun.
That would be neat.
It was just wacky all the
now,
way.
now,
Gomamon got hit by a truck. It was great.
Now, what do we expect? It's hard to gauge. This is actually, like we've said it before, this is the first time in a long while where we do not know what is happening.
I think we will get. I do think we will get an announcement for some anime project.
Yes.
And I do expect. I also expect. I do expect a game announcement.
Same. It feels like something for those will be announced. Whether they come out this year is entirely different. I would very much love for Habu and that game crew to have learned their lesson from Survive, and the lesson is they announce the game February, March, April, whatever, and they go, we're polishing. The game is done outside of polish. It will be out in October. And to not be like, oh, we'll have more to say in a year or two. Because that's what got them in trouble last time. They announced stuff so early that once there were issues, it went ass up.
I don't think they've learned their lesson. I think the.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying they have. Yeah. I said I like them to have learned their lesson.
That's a want to see.
That is a want. That is not expect.
I think the expect is a game announcement. I'm actually seeing it anytime soon.
Here's what I don't want though. Please, for the love of God, if you don't get good questions from the game thing, do not sit there and do the. I mean, we joked that they are going to do it again.
They didn't do it last year. They didn't do anything for games last year.
But yes, I'm saying don't do what they did 2 years ago, where they're like, okay, we took questions.
I think they did learn their lesson from that one.
Yes, I believe they did too. So we'll see. Whatever it is that's going to be big, it's just going to be a matter of if it's stuff we're happy with. It could very well be It could very well be celebration stuff, and them going, we'll have more to announce next year.
Or they announce a movie, it comes out and it's crap. Could happen.
And I'll still fucking watch it.
AR is gonna wake up one morning and they're gonna have announced V-Tamer OVAs, and he's just gonna be like, shit, I'm gonna have to deal with this shit. Damn it.
I'm fine with. I mean, I don't think V-Tamer OVAs are a good idea. That doesn't mean they're going to be bad.
It's an OVA of Taichi meeting Taichi, and also Davis is there.
There is a way you can make that fun.
To be
But
fair,
also Tai Chi and Tai Chi.
Yeah,
Enter the Taichiverse.
but yes, this is going to be a year of lots of stuff. It's just a matter of if it's the big stuff we want. Something will be announced. It's just a matter of if it happens this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to think they don't announce anything big this
Yeah.
year.
Here's the general rule. We'll get, if you want to guess, we'll get something, one or two small to medium things at Digimon Con with maybe a large thing. And then at DigiFest, we'll get two medium to large things.
If there's a large thing to be like really veiled at Digimon Con, I think we'll have heard a little bit about it in advance. I don't think that's something. I don't think anything big at Digimon Con is gonna like completely sneak up on us. I think we'll have a little bit of advance warning.
I would expect not, but it can be sometimes weird. It can be sometimes weird what we consider big based on what they do.
Yeah.
Like I still like that's where we first saw, and this isn't big, it's small. I still think the weird extra wave they did of the 20th in the US, or like the Greymon, the tie dye, that was a neat little thing.
It was nice, but it wasn't big.
No, but yes, we will see. But yes, if people go, and we say this is the third Digimon Con. We've said this both for the last two. Don't go in expecting big movie, big game. Go in expecting something fun. Like the big news would be, oh, Ghost Game Dub. That would be the big news.
Yeah.
And that's even like not necessarily big. That's like medium-ish. But that's like the type of big news you expect at Digimon Con. That's what they did 2 years ago when they announced 2020.
I mean, they also have to have some sort of anime segment where they talk about something, and it's kind of hard to see
Hiromi,
right off the bat.
Okay, here's what it's going to be. Are you ready? I'm going to predict. Hiromi Seki talking to X about when they were first putting together Digimon Adventure 25 years ago.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? I want another art book. They haven't had those in a long time.
We got one last year.
Did we? Oh yeah, that wasn't one I was particularly interested
but
in.
yes, I would love a big anime art book. I
want an anime art book. Yeah.
Yes. No, a series of anime art books. Like here's Adventure TV and its movies. Here's O2 TV and its movies. Tamers TV and its movies. Frontier, Crosswords, Atmon, Try, the Kizuna in the beginning. Well, but it only covered half though.
Yeah.
Because
really?
It covered up through like part 3 or 4 because the rest didn't really have enough for a full art book.
Oh yeah, but it still had stuff from.
Yeah, but I'm no. I'm saying the book came out when they did like 3 or 4. Like there was not a second one. That was.
I think I need to confirm that now.
I have like.
I thought I had stuff.
I have like 2 or 3 fucking copies of that book. I know exact. It was from. I'm pulling the stupid thing up because it was. Parts 1 and 2. Yeah, that's what it covers. It came out at DigiFest 2016.
There's stuff in here talking about part 5 about the whole story.
You may be thinking of a different book then. I'm talking about the actual art book. Like it's it's a silver book with a black plastic cover.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if this what I have. Yeah, what I have covers the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, that's not an actual art book. I'm saying there was an actual like full-on crazy art book with like a weird cover and everything.
Oh.
Like it's this thing.
Oh.
Like it was an actual like holographic art book with a plastic cover and everything to celebrate that they were successfully doing it. And yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
there's plenty of art in this
oh
one
no
though.
no
So
there were lots of books with tri art. I'm just talking about like an actual like full art.
Compilation,
Yes.
everything.
Yes, this was like how many fucking pages was this stupid thing? This was 1 second. This was like 200 pages just for the first
God,
two parts.
I miss when Digimon was in like anime, had cool art and animedia and stuff. It was really just Try and Atmon that did that extensively. Those were the good. Those were the good
Yeah, I
times.
loved seeing those promo images in magazines and shit. They were
Yeah.
so good. They always had such personality, or they were so stupid that we just sat here going, "What the fuck?" Let's see. Then Ian wants to know what's everyone's favorite holiday-themed episode. It does not have to be a December, January holiday. They say.
Of Digimon
Yes. I
Digimon.
I honestly just think of the O2 episode whenever anyone says holiday.
Yeah, it's really that is a really good episode. It's a really interesting episode too. There's a lot going on in the
Yeah.
Christmas episode of O2.
Yeah, like here's the thing. There are other episodes. I can't think of them off the top of my head. And the instant you say Digimon holiday episode, that one just like punches its way in. And
Yeah.
it's like if I think about it, it's like, okay, there was the Atmon Halloween episode, there was an Atmon Christmas one, that was the calendar
Mm-hmm.
Kind
missing
of
one.
like the Ghost
And
game
Christmas.
Halloween one.
I missed what you said entirely, Dove.
I like the little Atmon Halloween. I mean, not the Atmon. God damn it. Ghost game Halloween one.
Those were
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, it just does
But
not compare to O2
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah. I mean, the Atmon Christmas episode wasn't even good. The Halloween one was okay.
Yeah. We need a random holiday special where it's just the dude sitting in the chair again with no explanation.
I mean, the first episode of Cross Wars is Marine Day, so
Yeah. Then someone want to know, have me and Dev discussed who a new host maybe or what else might be done on the show? I've already asked two people. Their schedule does not allow it. I won't say who it is, although I expect AR could probably guess both of them.
I have also made a suggestion, but also schedule.
I
Yeah.
am irreplaceable. No, seriously. I actually found out the convention I left in July still hasn't replaced my position yet.
Actually, speaking of that, I looked up earlier when I saw the question. I'm like, I looked up when AR first showed up. AR,
Oh,
you guest hosted episode 11, May 24th, 2017.
2017?
Yes.
Episode 11.
Yes.
And is this episode 222?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wait, it gets better. Even though you were guesting on just one, you actually were on every episode until you became the co-host with episode 15. Even the ones you
Yeah,
weren't
I think that was
even the ones you weren't scheduled for, you just happened to be around and showed up.
Yeah.
You just
Well, I
broke
remember
down
that
the door
because
and-
that was there was like stuff that immediately followed
Yeah.
that we wanted to follow up on that you got me back for.
Yeah. So at this point, it is nearly 7 years.
Yeah.
That is a long fucking time.
It really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked that up and I'm just like, wow. And even still, like, it feels like Dev's new, and Dev's been here, even ignoring that I've known Dev forever. It's been bordering three. It's like 3.5 years for Dev.
That was
I remember it
20.
was episode 69.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's awesome.
I remember when we marked it to calculations and figured out which number it was, and I was cackling like a madman.
Nice.
That's exactly perfect for Dev, don't you think so?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was somewhere in the middle of 2020,
yeah.
I believe. Or the anime.
Yes, that was in the middle of 2020. Yes.
Adventure 2020.
And yeah, me and Dev have discussed stuff. For the time being, it's functionally going to be we're doing this show. There's one or two things we've discussed that may be timely in January, but we will see. Yeah.
Eh.
Because like we've talked about, like, hey, if there isn't a big thing, based on how much Liberator talk there is, maybe there's time to discuss. Is this from a director of Digimon worth someone watching? Because like the Taguchi film that came out in theaters the same week as O2 did in the US comes out on home video in like a week, and I'm very interested to watch that movie and go, oh, this is exactly the same as his Digimon stuff. This is just what he does, or is there some uniqueness to it? And Dev's reaction was, you want to see if it's Summer Wars.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, kind of. I want to know, like, is he actually coming up with like a unique voice for Digimon stuff, or is this just what he does?
This is his one thing that
Yeah.
he's going to keep doing.
Yeah.
Just over and over.
Now, all jokes aside, he's already done stuff, but it's not stuff I'm interested in. Like, I'm not going back to Bleach to watch the current Bleach. I'm just not. I dropped Bleach before it was done last time.
Yeah, because when it gets to a certain point, some shonen shows just turn fucking stupid.
Yeah. And then, so I want to know, with AR leaving, what are the moments we remember that were good, fun, bad, whatever, or just things we liked bringing up? You know
Shitting
what?
all over Seekers?
It's funny.
Yeah, not Seekers.
Before that, I need to pull up a news article that popped up today that was relevant because
Oh.
because as something important to the podcast is leaving forever, and that's that World Trigger is taking a 1-month hiatus. And this was announced today. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect fucking timing. Like we can't keep punching this thing that none of us have seen any of it as far as I know.
Yeah, it's just
It
like
just
to pick on World Trigger for no reason.
I guess they announced like on the 28th, just various English sites that noticed that it's going on a month hiatus for health reasons for the author. Okay. So it's like it will be back in February. It's like that's a great gag. It's something important to the podcast is leaving. Also AR. So it predated Dev. AR, do you remember when I pulled the old Adventure DVD box from Japan where they had translated the titles to English on their own?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
And I was like, what episodes? It was me telling AR and May, what episodes do you want to know the title of the translation? And they were just completely psychotic mishmashes of actual translations, made up translations, Japanese names, English names that were like mishmashes of English and Japanese names.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The one that I remember
you showing me the link to that.
Yeah, I want to say the one that I think made us laugh the most was it Myotismon's Magic Castle?
Yes.
New called Magic Myotismon.
But yeah, I just remember that. I just remember choking going through them because, or like, it was like Pinnock. It didn't say like Pinocchimon. It was like Pinnock committing murder. Or it was something stupid. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't that bad, but they were like all stupid. And random letters were capitalized. We couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. I don't know.
I just remember specific quips that just stick with me, like talking about random stuff.
Yes,
like,
that was what I was gonna say.
I just still remember the talking about a card set and just me just randomly saying that I wanted a set wanted a card game expansion that was just Oops All Shoutmons. That one I loved.
Okay, do you guys remember when once we realized that EX1 was going to have the same background for every card, we just all started getting more and more fucking like annoyed with it. Like, there's the background, there's the background, there's the back, and it was like we had nothing.
And then I accidentally bought a pack of that.
Yeah, but like I remember us having nothing to say about it because it was all art we had seen and the most generic background fucking possible. And then randomly they'd be like,
it was worse than the original cards from Hyper Coliseum.
No, but then it'd be like, okay, here's 50 random cards, and then here's a card with brand new Kenshi Watanabe art. Is like, okay, that's nice, but what the fuck's going on? But yeah, so it was pretty much random stupid stuff like that, I think, is what was the
Oh
funniest.
yeah, it's just
Like
silly.
I don't remember what brought up it was a question. I know I was the one who mentioned it, but when we then started talking about Dead or Alive.
Oh, I think somebody was recommending
Eternal DLC.
somebody was recommending a game that was like a TNA kind of fan servicey game, and I think we got spun off onto Dead or Alive off of that,
Yeah. The
and we
weird.
started talking about volleyball.
Okay, I remember why we did the volleyball, because it was actually a good volleyball game, which is the stupidest
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, oh,
But also like 10,000 DLC
no,
outfits.
I showed that to Dev just the other day. It was like, oh, it's on sale. I'm still not buying it because fucking look at this shit. The Dead or Alive 6 list on Steam on sale is the most ludicrous fucking thing possible, and I'm pulling it up now to show you guys because
Oh, all the DLCs.
there.
I'm not sure what's worse, that or like Sims.
Someone made a chart
Oh God.
if you want to figure out what to buy.
Oh, it's 75% off winter sale. Yeah.
Yes, 75% off for
461.
because there's not actually that much, because I was looking at the packs to try to figure out if it was worth buying stuff. It's that you can buy the costumes as packs or as single costumes.
Right.
But
Okay.
like someone has made
Oh yeah, I see that.
an actual, like, here, I'm linking you this now so you can see this. An actual chart of like what to buy. Here's the standard edition. Here's the deluxe. If you want all the characters, you have to buy this. If you buy this, you get this. And like, here's the thing: if you actually go, okay, I love Dead or Alive. I want the characters and the costumes. What do I have to buy to actually get everything? Are you ready? I'm looking for. Wait. Jesus Christ! Even looking at this is hard to see. Wait. No. Okay. Are you ready? The
No.
Okay, this is the non-sale, because a lot of the stuff's never on sale anyways. $583.87.
Oh God.
What the fuck?
I should point out that after like $400 for the character packs, the rest of that is buying costumes for the girls.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
That is cartoonish. But yes, it's talking about dumb stuff like that is what I think we all probably remember the best, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. The
Also,
questions that.
I also like the times when we've all been absolutely wrong or completely right, and we just went, yeah, that one. Also, we joke. I love talking about the stupid drinks because they're all stupid.
Oh yeah.
Like, I still love
AR comes back
Which
for
is
NES
why do you think I instantly, as soon as I saw these in the store, I'm like, okay, I'm drinking these during the podcast.
Yeah, but yeah, but those actually seem like thought out drinks. It's not
No,
like
I mean it's just blueberry sparkling
yes,
water and strawberry milk tea. Like I could try to add some. I don't have any blue curacao on me, so
like that was the funny part about like the Rolla ice cream thing. Those were all actual like normal ice cream sundaes. They aren't
yeah.
necessarily flavors I liked, but like they all made sense. I look at the list for some of the karaoke and cafe drinks. It's just like, it literally makes me go, ugh, I don't want to drink anything right now. And I'm not kidding. I'm inviting AR back when there's one of those. And there's going to be some this year for sure.
Of course there will be. It's an
It's
anniversary year. They're going to have drinks for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we know. It's like no matter what they do, we know there's going to be a karaoke collaboration.
Yep.
And they're going to have drinks there, and one of them's going to be hot, and we're all going to go, you can just bring me a cup of tea. It does not need to be tea with sprinkled pine needles in it. And because here's the thing, like I've gotten emails before where people are like confused why we're mocking the hot drinks. We're not. I drink lots of hot tea, coffee, and stuff like that. It's what they did with them. It was like here's a cup of tea.
Here's a single strawberry.
Yes, it was like this is. Yeah. It's like this is hot tea. It has syrup in it, and there's a single strawberry floating around in it.
Like the Yoko Ono drink from The Simpsons, like the single plum floating.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm. Or like the Yoli one, which was literally, it was a cup of hot coffee. They put in some type of syrup and a single marshmallow's floating in it. It's like, I'm
Yes.
sorry,
But it's
what?
also like the saddest marshmallow. It's not even just like,
yeah, it wasn't even
hey,
an
first thing
attractive marshmallow.
it was just a sad, soggy thing dissolving.
Gotta
Poor
remember that.
Miyako.
I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of that drink.
I
Oh my
don't even
god, I found
remember.
it! Holy shit. 1 second. I already found it. I'm waiting for it to load.
I mean, if I could add pine needles to this, I've got plenty. The tree's falling apart already.
Okay, the actual listing of what this drink is. Are you ready? Strawberry syrup and hot tea with a marshmallow. And it's literally just one marshmallow floating in the cup.
Marshmallow.
But like, it's funny because in the photo, it's just one marshmallow floating in a cup of tea. Okay, it was the coffee that had the strawberry, not the tea. Is that right?
I think so.
I think so.
One of them had just a goddamn strawberry in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
there's
it
a
was still like the
strawberry in one of
same
these.
plain white mug and opaque dark liquid with an object
But the
in
funny
it.
part is they don't even do it in like a nice cup. It's literally like an old like stereotypical like
Styrofoam.
diner, like an
Yeah.
old white diner cup.
Yeah.
This is like a Waffle House cup.
Yes, basically.
Yes.
Oh my god, I found it. Okay, are you ready? I'm sending this.
Torture me with all these drinks
Okay.
before we go
Yeah.
here.
Okay, it wasn't coffee. We made a mistake. It's hot tea with Sakura syrup and a single strawberry.
Single strawberry. God.
But not only that, it's like a strawberry, but like it's pointing up, like they've put it on the edge, and it
the
like
wrong way.
It's like an iceberg.
I don't remember what there was a coffee drink. It's just they've been so weird. I keep thinking they're all coffee drinks. And I'm tired of every cloudy milk drink, honestly. I don't need to see those anymore. Last call for questions in the chat. But yes, I think all the things that were fun were just the weird things we could laugh at. I'm trying to if there are any actual bad topics. Like, there's ones that weren't necessarily amusing.
Gift seekers.
Actually, I think...
Seekers.
No, we did talk about the bad ones. The EX1 cards.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's also
I mean,
when we were still weekly. That's also when we were still weekly.
Yeah, and having to go week by week for 2020 especially was kind of a chore.
We had
That was
more to talk about there than Seekers, though.
Oh yeah, we did.
I would love nothing more than in 2 weeks when me and Dev are putting together a show, me actually going, yes, the last 2 chunks of Seekers have actually been good. AR leaving has summoned good parts.
And the weird thing is, I wouldn't surprise me either. Like Seekers,
it does feel like it's amping up.
It seems poised to take a step forward.
Yes. Okay. And last one, though, Senate time. Does Digimon Adventure's popularity stop them from bringing back other parts of the franchise? I see people discuss it as if it did. Are there specific anime seasons, etc. you don't want proper sequels? So this is okay. So first off, this is like you definitely hear people say, "Why is it always Adventure?" Yes, if Adventure was not there, you would not get anything else.
Yeah, it's not so much Adventure's popularity; it's the other seasons' relative unpopularity.
Yeah. It's like you can get an anniversary year of Tamers because they want to keep stuff going in between Adventure. If you did not have Adventure, you would probably not get an every 5 years Tamers celebration. You might get the big years, but you would not get like actual big products like you do. You do there because there is a brand line, and as much as some people don't like hearing it, the brand is Adventure.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that keeps anything... Like, here's the thing. They brought back Chronicle. No one...
Bring back Chronicle.
The only people who care about Chronicle are the people who like to pretend they like Chronicle. Chronicle is not an actual thing. It is, like, 8 pages of mini-comics. It's nothing.
Like, it's just some blurbs that we don't necessarily have access to all of them.
You know what Chronicle really is? It's when you buy an old Transformers figure and on the back it has a 1-paragraph story.
Yeah.
That is Chronicle. Chronicle got a sequel over a year. Like, actual plot, and the characters came back, and it actually made sense as a sequel.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, considering how adventure is so dominant in the franchise as far as stories go, it is nice to like they actually do an okay
No,
job
and
with
that,
what
yeah.
they do bring back. Like
Like,
everybody's in the card. Everybody has a card now except Appmon, which is fine.
Here's the thing. They still do Appmon products too. People just don't
And they still do, and they acknowledge Appmon in other ways.
No,
Yeah.
but and that's the thing, and we've talked about this before. Every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while, they do a little Appmon product, and no one buys it because they're like, "Well, that's not the thing we want. We want the big thing." No, if you don't buy, if no one buys the small thing, you don't get
the fucking thing.
Yeah. And it's a problem. That's like the kind of the problem I see with them incorporating into the card game, because you could definitely sneak some Appmon. With Appmon, you kind of have to do a dedicated set for it just because it's so out there. But if you like were to, if you didn't have to do that, if you could just slide some Appmon into each card, into each set or whatever, that would be fun. Like they would probably do that if they could.
Yeah. But yeah, everything has gotten its place. Nothing has really been ignored in the franchise.
No,
Like,
which is why I kind of love.
like I'm
one reason I love Digimon is there's so much out there.
Like, here's the thing: as funny as it is, there's actually one thing that's been ignored.
Come on, Digimon.
Yes, and that's because nothing really looks right because they were still figuring it out. Like, here's the thing: I joked that I would love Bun back, but what do you do with him?
Mm-hmm.
Like a Digi-Egg promo card and that's it. There's nothing else to do with it. He's functionally a very ugly Agumon with an ugly Koromon head. There isn't much to do with him. Like,
have him be the final villain in Seekers.
See,
not Seekers, Liberator.
See, the AR would come back to discuss that. but yeah,
not Seekers. He's the final boss of Liberator.
But yeah, like, is there anything else in the franchise that actually gets full on does not exist, ignored type stuff? I'm trying to think. Is there anything?
I mean, does the manhwa count? Like the China, like D-Cyber and that stuff?
But those are even kind
I don't even
of
know
those are pseudo official to some degree.
Yeah, like that. I've never.
I don't think we ever actually finished them either.
But
I think it just like.
But that's what I mean. Like, even like the one got stopped because they apparently never asked if they could do it in the first place.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, even like that weird Australian version 6 showed up in a magazine they did, where they were showing like V-Pets that shells had come out outside, and May got really excited because they showed the V6. Like, there's nothing that doesn't show up. It's just a matter of how, when, and why.
Yeah. Like, and all the stuff that they don't expect you to, like, give a whole bunch of time and resources and money to, they'll throw out whatever they want to.
I mean, Dominimon's in the reference book now.
Yeah.
That's wild. But yeah, so that's that question. Basically, adventure keeps the train running.
Mm-hmm.
Are there specific anime seasons, etc., you don't want proper sequels to?
Most of them?
Yeah, honestly, like here's the thing. People are like, oh, I want a sequel to Tamers. No, you don't. You just want to see the characters again, and that's not going to work well.
Yeah, I don't want any more Tamers. I honestly didn't want any more Tamers.
You know what one I really don't want?
And we got more Tamers, and I found out why.
So there's an asterisk to my answer I'm going to give. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the world, but I don't want to know more. Appmon. I think Appmon ends in a way that's really good, where you don't know what that ending means. Is he imagining it? Is it actually just him showing up somehow? Is it him from the future thinking back as he's doing it? There's no context to what you're seeing, and that makes it a really nice ending. I don't want a sequel where it's 5-10 years later and he gets Eugen working in a new body. That's not good. That's not fun. Sometimes not knowing's better.
I agree with that, and I've written a fanfic where I've written Haru doing that, and it turns into a bloody nightmare because that's how I write.
No, but that's also like the fanfickiness
it isn't
of
such
it all.
a good, like, Yeah, it ends in such a good. Atmon ends in such a good spot. Tamers ends in such a good spot. Frontier, you can't really continue Frontier in a logical way because of what happened to the digital
See.
world in the end of it.
I'm trying to think of like what I could act out of the shows that are actually in existence. What could I see more of? I could see them do
Savers, honestly.
for.
I mean,
I could.
all of your take on Savers aside, I think a story. I seeing Adventures of Masaru in the digital world
So
doing his own thing, I think would be a
so
lot of fun.
I'll get to Savers in a minute because there's an asterisk there. But like I could easily see them doing. Oh, it's the sequel to 02 in the future. I can
Yeah,
see them doing that.
yeah.
Tamers, no. Frontier. Frontier, I think we got the nice closed door with the audio
Frontier,
drama,
we got
frankly.
exactly what we needed from
Yes.
Frontier. We got to see the
So,
characters goofing off a little more.
Savers, I think,
Pretty
is
good.
weird because you can do a sequel to Savers that may not have the characters in it. And it could, like, you don't
That is
need.
true, yeah.
What I mean is you could have a Saver sequel be almost anything. You could have it have dats. You could have it not have dats. It doesn't necessarily have to be this is 50 more episodes of Savers. It could be something completely different, and then at the end you find out it's in that world. Cross Wars is weird because it feels like it's like really did end multiple times, and yet I would not mind seeing more of just adventuring, which is what those characters were good at.
Cross Wars, you can do more with it. You don't have to do more with it. You can kind of do whatever you want, and which makes me not really excited for more Cross Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always a slut for more Cross
we
Wars.
We mentioned Atmon. 2020, you could do more. I would need more character shit though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like everyone's thinking, oh, they're gonna do the 20 version of 02. I'm like, why does anyone want that?
Because here's the thing.
We just want to see.
Here's the honest thing. I think doing a pure battle anime once was not a bad thing for a key reason. It gets it out of everyone's blood. Where they keep going, oh, they should just do Digimon Dragon Ball with battling, and it's like that's not what Dragon Ball is.
Everyone's blood because they're all asking because people think that the 02 version of that would be a good idea.
True, and then I don't need to see Ghost Game ever again.
No.
And the weird.
I mean, weirdly, Ghost Game, you can kind of just keep doing stories like that.
But that's not.
I don't think there's any compulsion to see that.
No, what I'm saying is, I think the very ending of Ghost Game itself kind of precludes doing more of that because then it just.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if anything that has to follow up on the ending, you don't want to follow up on that.
Yeah,
it was nice and it was a very nice.
You start from episodes like the first.
It was one of those
episodes and completely redo it.
Yeah, it was a nice open-ended show. Like I will stand by the Ghost Game ending.
No, and
I know a lot of people.
Here's the thing: the ending is fine. It's the parts to the ending blue. Like for example, how many like the Dark Digimon?
No, I've heard people say the opposite. Like they were like the Quantumon stuff they somehow were okay with, but the actual ending they didn't like.
The actual ending only had one flaw for me, one real flaw. When they repeat the narration point calling them hologram ghost. That was absolutely poorly written, and it should have just had them be called Digimon. When
which they for,
that was bad writing.
That was which they fixed in a couple of the endings of Survive. They kind of fixed that. They stopped calling them Kimono-gami and started calling them Digimon in some of the endings of Survive, which was a cute touch.
Yeah. Let's not even go over that writing issue. They're not digital monsters is a writing crutch to 50 other franchises. That looks like it is it for questions. But yeah, I think we've kind of hit the nail on the head for all of them, to be honest.
Yeah, we did suddenly run through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
AR, what have you been up to and what shall you be up to, which is not being here?
I've been chilling. So one of the main reasons I'm stepping back a little bit from the show is because I am working on other stuff. In particular, I am actually running for school board in my local community. So I've got that to look forward to this spring. And their meetings, if I do get elected, are Mondays. So that's a big reason I'm stepping back.
If we get a big weekly anime AR, it's gonna go. So you guys want to do Tuesday?
No,
Fine with me.
because there's a thing. Because this happened with both 2020 and Ghost Game. They both started out really well, and I was like really into them. And then I'm like, okay, I'm back on board. I'm gonna review these every week. And then
Ghost Game feels particularly insulting in that regards, to be honest.
And then they just tapered off and got really lousy and repetitive.
I know
watch
exactly
this
what's going to happen with the
podcast.
next weekly show. The podcast is going to be on Tuesday. AR's like, I'm going to be back for 3 episodes, and then I'm out before it sucks. And then it's going to be another 3, and then it's just going to be over. But yes, we fully expect AR to pop back for important stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if we do have another weekly series, I'll show up at like the end of it or something.
Important or stupid, we should say, actually, because I'm not fucking joking. If we get the collaborations with the drinks, I'm 100% being like, yo, you need to be on the show this week. We have to go over karaoke drinks.
Sign me up for important for now, and I'll check my availability when stupid comes along.
Look, it's karaoke drinks and a 5-foot Omegamon figure that costs $5,000. You're on the show this week.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm one of the things is that I have actually spent a few years now being a little more politically active, and it's sort of my philosophy that if like it does seem weird to be involved with politics, but if you confine politics to the weirdos, it's only going to be weirdos running things, and I don't love that.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dev,
save your local school board from stupidity.
Pick a wiki.
I mean, our thankfully our local school board's all right now. I'm trying to prevent the stupid from getting on it.
Dev, pick a Wikimon article. And pick a good one, because AR may never hear one of these again.
I know which one.
Sadly, there is no Digimon called Karaoke Drinkmon.
You still have to pick one.
God damn it.
Which one was the Citramon. Which one was... What was it?
Let's go with Citramon.
Oh, classic. I was going to suggest which Digimon was the one in the Ghost Game, in the karaoke episode of Ghost Game. I forgot which.
Yeah. It's fun. It's funny thinking up the year. I actually know things for sure. AR, like when that movie just comes out, I know for sure AR is gonna have stuff to say.
Oh, for the if there's a movie this year, I'll totally come back for something like that.
Yeah.
I think Ian says Sirenmon. That sounds right.
That's a good one.
Little bird fish.
But yeah, so I don't know. I may even do just a random call on Twitter again. That's how I found you and May in the first place for the show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah,
is anyone still on Twitter?
Shockingly, yes.
That's unfortunate.
To be fair, you are too.
I've been scaling back on
in
Twitter,
fact,
actually.
In fact, you tweeted the one thing on Twitter and not on Blue Sky earlier. I went to look for it on Blue Sky to redo it.
I'm not doing as much Digimon stuff on Blue Sky.
I'm
reserving Blue Sky for other intentions, which I'm going to try to unveil in the next couple weeks. And Tumblr, I'm going to kind of shift into more Digimon Plus.
But yes, we fully expect AR to pop back up from time to time. Jokes aside, we do not expect him to come back permanently. Although I would not be shocked if he was tempted based on what happens. I said tempted. I didn't say you'd do it.
Well, yeah. Well, let's see what they actually announce first, because I'm.
It really is the strangest year we've had, I think, since you joined the show. In fact. It is the first time when we really don't know what's happening.
But it's the first time we don't know what's happening, but we expect something to happen.
Yes.
In a big way.
And all joking aside, this is not when Tamers and Frontier ended, or when Savers ended, or when Crosswords ended. It's like, okay, I guess that's it for a few years.
Yeah, we're past the point of just being done for a few years.
See, I don't necessarily believe that because every franchise takes hiatuses. I mean,
Once we get whatever this is
I mean
out of the
that's why
way, then
Power
maybe.
Ranger fans are freaking out because they've never had an actual hiatus before. So now they're like completely freaking out that the brand is dead forever.
It's Power Rangers.
No,
It's
but
gonna
that's what I'm
come
saying. Like,
back.
even the 1 year Power Rangers had a hiatus from a new show, they still had a 32 episode show running where they re edited episodes of the original show. There has never been an actual Power Rangers hiatus of nothing airing.
Oh god, are we gonna get a re-edit of Adventure?
I'm trying to see. I would not want that. Would be one that you would actually hear me say that's a fucking horrible idea. I think there is no more horrible idea than the idea of somehow removing character stuff equates to a better show.
Right. Especially Adventure.
Yes, like that is why Digimon.
Imagine a Digimon Adventure season that doesn't have character stuff. That
Yeah,
would be terrible.
we've seen that, motherfucker. Yeah, and I already know you're setting up that fucking joke. But here's the thing: whenever they did character stuff in 2020, we're all beyond happy. That's why we all like the
Yeah.
Mimi episodes, is because those bled character.
It bled personality. I still have some issues with Mimi's character.
True.
The personality was good.
Yeah.
I still say, I legitimately think that the best character in 2020 was Patamon. And that's sad.
It had some fucking good music, though.
It did have some good music.
Which is weird because we expected that from Ghost Game, and it kind of didn't.
The opening was good, but that was it.
Yeah. So that is it. AR, mine is saying goodbye. What would you like the last thing you say to be?
I would say just keep an eye on my Tumblr and Blue Sky. I'm gonna try to keep those active. I'll still try to do some Digimon stuff there once in a while.
Yeah.
First Agent on Tumblr, AR Pulver on Blue Sky. I'm not gonna do as much Digimon on Blue Sky, but I'll probably keep like updates on my writing projects and probably some other stuff.
Yeah, and we will definitely grab AR when appropriate. AR's schedule is much easier to deal with. No. I mean in the sense of it's not like if I'm going to talk to May to see if May wants to do an episode.
Oh, you mean time zones?
Yes, the time zones are so wildly different that it's a borderline impossibility that even the handful of times me and May have talked about it, it just doesn't line up.
Yeah, getting May for the podcast that takes like timetables and slide rules to calculate that stuff.
That's why AR used to have to give up a Saturday afternoon. I would wake up early on Saturday to do prepping, and I think we recorded like 11 my time or something we used to do.
And it was awful.
No, it really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so me and Dev will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yeah,
AR.
You have to keep reading Seekers.
Kidnap his fucking ass. So he has to keep reading this book. So yeah, we will catch you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you everyone for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.